you the girl, the mistress with Tim? Mistress? First of all, he was never married, and second of all, ew. Never happened, never would happen, not even if in a dream world.
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode, Keeping It Real with your girl, Phylly. How are y'all doing? Okay, so do you all remember Danielle Williams? She was initially hired at Sweetiepies by Tim to be his assistant, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't know, she said she actually had to audition for the job. She was an actress, so I thought she was being hired based off of her skills, knowledge, and abilities, you know, to be an assistant in a restaurant. But she was hired based on her acting skills. And she had some ups and downs working at Sweetiepies. Either you liked her and loved her or you did not. You know, her and Charles always got along, and she talks about the people that she still talks to and who she still does not get along with or talk to. So let me say, which was Chloe. They had their ups and downs, you know. Chloe was a hard worker, and if you weren't there at the restaurant to work, Chloe really didn't have time to be bothered with you. Now, she does go on to talk about how when they got that apartment, well, that house in California, you know, I thought Tim had got them that house to live in when he moved all of those employees to California. But she said they had to pay their own rent, and she was the one to get the place in her name. She said she wouldn't disclose why, but evidently no one else could, so she got it in her name. But she just goes on to talk about her experience there working with Tim, and she does say one good thing about Tim. I'll let her tell you that. She only had one good thing to say about him, but, you know, she doesn't bash the family or anything. She did enjoy her time there, but she's been on social media talking about Tim and, you know, the Sweetiepies issues. So I'm going to let you. And she also talks about Tim actually not paying her for that job, especially when he hired her to be Jennifer's assistant to help Jennifer work out her social media stuff when Tim was dating Jennifer out there in California. And then, you know, there was an episode when she refused to put on a knit or a hair cap in the kitchen at the restaurant out in California. So like I said, Danielle has had her ups and downs working at Sweetiepies. She was a character. She was definitely an actress, but she's going to give her take on some of the Sweetiepies issues. So let's listen to it.
I was super weary of, like, I don't know, should I do this video or should I not? But I believe that everyone has the right to tell their own story and to share their own experience. So today, drum roll, I'm going to do a video on charges with Tim Norman and, you know, that whole situation. And all that I really said in that video was just that I don't actually know what happened. So I'm not going to say what did or didn't or what is true or what isn't. And that I'm really close with Charles from the family and Bruce. And I just encourage everyone to pray for the family. At the end of the day, it's a super sad situation regardless of if it is true or if it is not. So, you know, I don't think I would feel comfortable speaking on what's true or not just because I don't actually know. And I just think that everyone needs to focus on the family. But I saw a lot of different comments on that video on my YouTube, and some of them kind of got on my nerve. Like, some of y'all asked some things that, like, or stated some things that were completely untrue. Never happened, never would happen, not even if in a dream world, not even if God himself asked it to happen, okay? Never happened. Okay, that's not true, because whatever God wants happens. But my point is, you guys are very far from knowing the truth, and now I'm about to speak my truth, because everyone deserves to get that out. Everyone has their own experience, and it is your choice if you want to share it. So since I love all of my champions out there, all of my supporters, people who are striving to do their best in the daily and overcoming obstacles, part of the reason why I want to share this video with you. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. You guys know that I started on Sweetiepies because I actually auditioned for the show. One of my really great friends, King Yella, is a photographer out in St. Louis. You know, he shot for so many people. You know, Boosie, Shaq, all types of people. And he hit me one day like, yo, champ, because it's so crazy. He actually saw some of my YouTube videos from back then. And if you guys want a really good laugh, go look back in the day, like 10 years ago, at some of my YouTube videos. I left them up here just for some people if y'all want to laugh about it. But it's so hilarious. Check it out. Anyways, he hit me up like, hey, champ, I've got an audition for you. Now, I've been acting since I was little, professional. I've done professional theater. I did in the opening number of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade when I was in like 6th grade. I did national tours, the national tour of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat when it came to the Fox, which is a great theater in St. Louis. Look it up. Anyways, I did a lot of acting, so I was like, okay, an audition, baby, it's nothing but a word. So I came to the audition completely unprepared. I didn't even know what I was auditioning for. He actually didn't even tell me what show I was auditioning. I saw all these girls in like business outfits. They had resumes. They had all kinds of stuff. I didn't have nothing with me. So I went there and they were like, yeah, it's an audition for a TV show, but it's a assistant position. And I'm like, all right, cool. As long as it's an audition, it's not like a real thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because mind you guys, I have a jean pants, heels, and a crop top on. Because he told me to come to the audition and just be me. Okay? So I thought that meant I could be as fabulous as I wanted. So I did. Anyways, needless to say, I was not prepared for the audition. But your girl still got the job. Clearly, it's TV. You know what I'm saying? They want a little controversy or whatever. But, you know, this is something I really want to address because I got some really mean comments. And I may or may not have been rude back, but it's just so annoying when people get on here and say things like, oh, are you the girl, the mistress with Tim? Mistress? First of all, he was never married. And second of all, ew. I would never touch Tim Norman with a 10-foot pole, you guys. Little do y'all know, me and Tim did not get along at all. Like, maybe at the very beginning we were like cordial, but our relationship went to trash by the time we got to LA, okay? But we'll get to that. Anyways, so yeah. To address all the people out there who said I had an affair with him, who said I dated him, who are asking me, you know, like, were you his girlfriend? Absolutely not. I have never once. There is not one occasion that I can even think of that I was ever attracted to Tim Norman. Okay? Never. That was always just someone I worked with. And there's not that many great things I can say about him. But the one good thing that I can say is Tim never made a move on me. He never hit on me. He never tried to get at me. Never flirted with me, nothing. As far as me and him, he kept it strictly business, and that's the truth. That's the one good thing I can say about working with him. Everything else, no. But that was the one good thing. He never tried to get at me, and I would definitely never try to get at him. Anyways, so, you know, I also just want to point out in saying all this that this is not just something for me to go on here and bash people from Sweetiepies, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm thankful for the opportunity to be on Sweetiepies. It was another TV show. You know, but the thing is, I've been in movies before. I've been on TV before. You know, I've been acting for a long time. So it's like, I decided to be on Sweetiepies, you know, because I'm like, okay, it's Oprah. It can't be that bad, you know. It ain't going to be no crazy stuff. But what I will say is the reason my real point of this video, not just to get my point across and get my experience out there and to set the record straight, but also to let women know, and men, but women, because I'm a woman, that no situation is your end all be all unless you decide that, okay? There was a time working at Sweetiepies when I thought I couldn't do any better. Which is crazy because you think back to like all the other things that I've done and I thought I couldn't do any better. Now let me clarify one thing. I did work at Sweetiepies. I truly was an assistant there. Now my assistant role was literally just to be like the mascot. I literally, like, yeah, I would set up the register sometimes, like put the food in, you know, and like the prices of the food. But that's pretty much it as far as the register went. Sometimes I'll work the cash register, but my job was pretty much to be the mascot. Like, I was there for hours and I had to take pictures with people every day. So sometimes y'all would see on camera, like, she's always trying to look cute. Yes, because I have no choice whether I want to or not. I have to take pictures with people all day. And that can be a great job at times, but you gotta understand, when you're in a situation, I felt like working at Sweetiepies, I had a lot of haters. And that's just the truth. Like, I was the only person who actually auditioned for that show. The rest of them really worked to be there. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't even know how to, I couldn't, if y'all know why y'all never saw me in the kitchen there? Because I didn't know how to fry chicken. I didn't have not a clue. I remember one time, I had a boy that I liked and I wanted to impress him, and I had Charles cook the chicken, and then like anytime he would come downstairs to come see me, I'd be like, yeah, move Charles away, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm cooking. But I didn't know how to cook chicken then. So like, you gotta think, but I was young. All I was really there to do was take pictures all the time and sometimes help them with the register. Like, and everyone else is in the back like sweating and cooking. Like, yeah, there was some animosity towards me, and I get it. But you guys gotta understand that I auditioned for this show. Yes, I work here as, you know, assistant, but that's just because I'm here so many hours. It makes sense for me to make, you know, a little second income. Okay? But anyways, so also a lot of times Tim will be playing games with people. You know what I mean? And pin people against different, you know, each other. And it just got to be so stressful, like with the animosity from other people. You know what I'm saying, who worked there, who was like, why does she just get to stand around and look cute and not wear the uniform? And you know what I'm saying, from Tim to manipulating situations. You know what I'm saying? There was a time, you guys, when I got fired or suspended at Sweetiepies, I know y'all saw me got suspended so many times. That was all set up. Okay, a lot of that stuff was set up by, you know, or manipulated, okay? So it's like, or for no reason. I remember when we signed, okay, when Tim said we all had to find our own places to live, I was the only one who could get the, you know what I'm saying, the spot in my name. I'm not gonna say why, but it came down to it. I was the only one who could put my name in the spot in my name. So I got this townhouse, and I had Charles, Bruce, and Chloe living with me, right? Rent was like $1,600 at the time. Now, my rent is way more than that now, and I have a 1-bedroom. But at the time, and I also live in a different area in LA, a little nicer area. But at the time, like, that was a huge shock. I remember my first apartment ever in St. Louis was only $600. So to go from that to $1,600 was crazy. It was crazy. And then think about this. Tim fired me that same week for nothing. So now I've got this $1,600 rent in my name that I can't pay because I'm not getting no money from him. Charles and Chloe and Bruce, they making bottom of the barrel money. They couldn't even come up with their part. So it was all falling down on me. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? But if they needed something with the register, oh, champ, come up to the restaurant. But now go back home, you're not getting paid, you're still fired. What? What? All your employees live with me. Your main employees live with me. How you gonna do that to me when I didn't even do anything to you? Now do y'all see why sometimes I'll have an attitude there? Because just think about it, like, I was miserable. So my point is, you guys, ladies, no matter what your job is, whether it's a job, a relationship, you know, any kind of friendship, it is not your end all be all unless you decide that. There were times when I literally would think that I was not talented and I couldn't go anywhere after that. Just because, like, honestly, like, it'd be crazy. Sometimes Tim would just curse me out while we're filming and then text me like, oh, you good? We're cool. Like, that's not something that you do to people, play with people's mentals like that. Like, I'm an actress. You just got to tell me how you want me to act in the scene. You don't got to do all that crazy stuff to me. Okay? So, and it wasn't really any of the producers or anything. The producers were great, but it was really suspending people for all kinds of, he didn't suspend it as Charles for nothing. So many times. Of course, y'all didn't see that, but they would love to put my controversy on the show, but that's okay. All right? Tim controlled a lot of stuff, and it was, you know, I think if I would have left Sweetiepies earlier, I would have been on another show or did something else by then. Became independent way sooner. Okay, but instead I had it in my head like I need this. And I don't know why I thought I needed it, because I've done other TV before. But like, I just think when you get in that type of situation, it's a new city, it can really beat you down. Especially if the people around you aren't liking you that much. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I appreciate the experience of Sweetiepies, but it's not that great of an experience for me. I just think that I got bullied a lot. You know, Charles is my good friend, but Chloe and I, we don't get along. There was times when I was supposed to have, like, we were supposed to film something with me and Chloe would just like fake like she's sick, like, oh, I can't come, I have cramps, all of a sudden, just because she was cool to come, and then she found out it was just me and her. So it's just like a lot of manipulative stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, if you're not being celebrated somewhere, people, you need to go on somewhere else. Because now I'm appearing on TV like I'm just being mean to people and stuff, but it's like, y'all being mean to me. There was a time, okay, I don't know if you guys remember a scene where we had just got to the restaurant in NoHo. And it was like the first day that Tim was showing it to us or something like that. And I had this chicken wings and I'm eating them. And it's crazy because didn't nobody have no money. I don't know how we all working at this restaurant, being managers and stuff, but nobody has enough money to buy any food. So I bought us some food that day. I was like, y'all, what kind of chicken y'all want? What kind of wings? So I ordered some food from this wing place down the street. And as soon as the camera started rolling, Danielle's not even working. She's just eating chicken. She's eating a snack. They flipped it on me. I guess that's how it is sometimes in reality TV. People will flip things. There's something like switch it up right when the camera starts, but like, that was a lot for me because I truly am a genuine person. Like I said, no situation is meant to be permanent, you guys. And when you know what I'm saying, are uncomfortable somewhere, it's because it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to make a change. I truly wish that I would have left Sweetiepies a lot earlier. I left Sweetiepies when they decided to go to Houston. And Tim was like, are you coming to Houston? And all I could remember was just like struggling. Like the time Tim blamed me for all the Uber charges. It's like, yo, bro, you told me don't bring my car down here. And told me I could go around places, but as soon as the camera's rolling, oh, it's a problem. Like, I don't like feeling set up. That's not my kind of thing. Also, you know, this was my first reality show. Meaning is the, you know what I'm saying? And people who watch this stuff, y'all really think everything is all the way, like, that's how it happened. You guys gotta remember, even people who watch these vlogs, you only read it, like, you're only watching a small, you know, 10, 15, 20 minute clip of a whole day. You're not watching a full day. So you're watching what we show you, okay? So a lot of stuff actually happens really different. There was Bruce at all. Thank God I am now still friends with Charles and Bruce. They call me, they check on me all the time. I check on Charles all the time. I've been checking on him a lot lately. Just because of all the crazy stuff that's in the news and in the media, and you know, that's someone I really care for. So I'm glad that, you know, in doing Sweetiepies, I got some really good friends out of it. But I will say that emotionally, Sweetiepies was a very tough situation for me. And I think I should have left it a lot sooner. I'm a strong woman. I probably could have auditioned for something else. You know, I could have done something else. And I forgot to tell ya, when I got suspended that whole time after they moved in with me, Tim, when he finally decided I could come back, it was on the conditions of Tim is my manager and he manages me in my acting career. What that got to do with me working at a restaurant? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was when he had that whole thing down at Gower. You know what I'm saying? And you know, another thing was, it was so many times Tim would promise me some pay, I wouldn't get no money. I would not get any money. Like, all them times I'm down there with Jennifer, which mind you, I had to drive from Encino all the way to downtown. That's kind of far. Lug a suitcase around for her, put clothes in there. And Jennifer's a sweet girl. I don't know if she knew what was going on with him or not, as far as how he was paying people, but I wasn't getting paid nothing. And she's wondering, like, why aren't you on time? Why aren't you this? Like, who would have any enthusiasm for all that work and no pay? Like, I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea. But, you know, I wish the best for Jen. ooh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry she got mixed up with him. But, you know, overall, I'm glad that I finally realized my worth. Sweetie Pie's not my end all be all. I'm acting all the time now. I feel great. I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation with somebody I really care about. My life is everyone else out there to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not to bash Sweetie Pie. It's not even to bash Tim. It's not to bash anyone. But what it is to say is, if you're miserable somewhere, it's time to move on. And don't stay in misery because you think you can't do better. Because you guys, you can. The only thing that will stop you from doing better is staying in misery. Okay? Love yourself. And go for it. Reach for the stars. Because that's the only way that you're going to achieve them. Alright, you guys? So that's all I want to say about Sweetie Pies right now. If I need to do a part 2, I will. Please, if you guys have any questions, comment them below. You know, just about my experience with Sweetie Pies. I would love to answer. I'm not here to bash anyone, but I will for sure. You know, I would love to let you guys know. You know, anything that you guys, because other people might go through this. You guys might go through this, but you know, please continue to pray for the family, everyone involved. Pray for yourselves. I pray for you guys, and have a fabulous day. Make sure you like this video and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see y'all next time. If you guys want a part 2, let me know below. If you have any questions, let me know below. That's just my truth. I'm just sharing my truth with my champions. Alright, I'll see you all later.
Guys, that's what Miss Danielle had to say when she speaks upon Tim Norman and Sweetie Pies. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, okay? Thanks for watching.